Hello everyone, Dragonfire here. Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be giving you a rune guide for Summoner's War. Now, starting off, it's a very basic. What is a rune? Now, what rune basically boils down to is a power-up for your monster. So if you look here at my Wusa, on the left you can see its base stats, and then on the right you can see the stats it gets from its runes. You can't see any of its special effects and stuff that it gets, but any stat bonuses it gets are visible here. Now when we go down to runes, you can see this is where you can equip your runes. First of all, there are 6 different slots for your runes, and each slot has something special and unique about it. So let's just go through those really. First of all, we have slot 1. Now slot 1, its main stat is always going to be attack. There's no other way you'll ever see anything besides attack there. Slot 2 is an even slot. Now even slots have something special to them where they can have percent buffs. So instead of having just a flat HP plus 1000, I have plus 37% HP, which is much better than a flat stat. You want to make sure you always, on your even slots, so slot 2, 4, and 6, you want to make sure that those are percentages. The only exception is for slot 2. If we go and look at, say, I think Veramos, yeah, slot 2 can have speed as a main stat. Can't get speed percentage, but having the flat stat alone of speed is well worth it for your slot 2. But any other slot, so slot 4, slot 6, should never be anything other than percentage. Slot 2, it should either be a percentage or speed. And the fact that slot 2 can have speed is what makes slot 2 special. Slot 3 now is the flat defense buff. Nothing too special about it. You can have defense there. You will always have defense there. Slot 4, again, even slot, it can have percentages. Now, slot 4 can't have speed, but it does have 2 stats that you can't get in the other even slots, and that is crit rate and crit damage. Slot 4 is the only main stat, only slot that can have crit rate and crit damage as its main stat. So that's what makes slot 4 special. Slot 5, just a flat HP buff, and then you slot 6, again, can be percentages, and the 2 stats that it has that no other place has is accuracy and resistance. So slot 2 can have speed. Slot 4 can have crit damage percent or crit rate percent. Slot 6 can have resistance percent or accuracy percent. All the other all the even slots can all have attack percent, defense percent, HP percent. They can all have those percentages. So you can mix and match the stats depending on what you need. For example, my Veramos has HP, and speed, and then depending on how you want to build your monster, you can mix them in either way you want. Now, the next thing, which is good to learn about runes, is the actual rune itself. Now, the first thing to look at when you're looking at runes is probably the star grade. Now, star grades, they go from 1 star all the way to 6 star. 1 stars being the worst, 6 stars being the best. So here you can see I have a 6-star rune. And if you go 6 star, there's a 5-star rune. I don't have any 4 stars on me right now, but same thing. Just minus a star on the top. As you can see, in the top left of my screen right now, on my Revenge rune, there's 5 stars as of above it. If I go to this Fatal rune, there's 6 stars above it. Now, the star grade of your rune decides how powerful your main stat can become. So, a good example here is right here I have a 5-star attack percentage rune, and it caps out, so since it's level 15, it caps out at 51%, as compared to a 6-star attack percent rune that caps out at 63%. So the higher the star grade, the higher cap for your main stat. That's all the star grade affects. Now, the other thing to look at with a rune is its grade. Now, it goes anywhere between from white all the way to orange. So if we look here, I have a blue there, purple there, and I have an orange there. And now the difference of their rank makes is how many substats they have. So if you look at a blue, you have 2 substats. Now if you go down 1 to green, it has 1. If you go down to white, it'll have 0. And then purple will have 3. And then orange has 4. Now every time you upgrade a rune, every 3 levels it'll upgrade in a grade and get another substat. So if I upgrade this blue rune to +9, sorry, blue. If I upgrade it to +9, it'll turn into a purple rune and get itself an extra substat. Now the problem with doing that is if you upgrade a rune, say this orange rune here, if I upgrade this rune, well, sorry, upgrade, but if it was level 0, and I upgrade it to level 3, instead of being like a white rune and getting an extra substat, instead it will power up a substat. So you can get a stronger stat that you need instead of getting a bunch of extra stuff. A good example of this is on my Trevor here with his Vampire rune. On his Vampire rune, it started as a purple. So when I upgrade it the first time, instead of getting an extra substat, it powered up one of the 3 I had, which was attack percent, crit rate, speed. And it powered up my attack percent. I upgraded to level 6, it powered up my attack percent again. And I upgraded it to level 9, powered up my attack percent again. But then when I upgraded it to 12, because it was only a purple rune, it gave me the accuracy percent substat. So you compare that 18% attack to, say, this rune here, where the attack percent is only 5% on the substat. So that's the power of upgrading, of getting a higher rank rune and upgrading it rather than getting a lower rank rune and upgrading it through everything. So that's about everything when it comes to every type of rune that you will get. Those are the 4 main things that are affected. It's slot, stats, star grade, and color rank. Now the last thing you're going to be looking at really for your rune is the type. Now there are many different types, and each type has its own special ability. I'm going to go through them all really quickly and tell you how many you need to get that effect. Now, the ones that take 4, you can only have 1 set of those on because they take 4 and you only got 6 slots. But the ones that take only 2 runes to get the slot effect, their ability will stack on each other. For example, the shield rune here. When you put a shield rune on, it will give your whole team a shield for 15% of the HP of the person who's running the runes. So, it's only a 2 slot. So if I put, say, slot 1 a shield, slot 2 a shield, I'll get a 15% shield for 3 turns. But if I also put 3 and 4, I'll get 30% shield. And then if I put 5 and 6, I'll get another 15%, so I'll get a 45% shield. If it's a 2 slot effect, then it'll stack the more you put on. So other than that, I'm just going to go through quickly and tell you all the special abilities for the rune set. So shield, 15% shield. Then we have revenge, which is a 15% chance to counterattack when you're hit. Then we have guard, which is extra 15% HP. Focus, which is extra 20% accuracy. And I forgot to mention this, but shield, guard, revenge, and focus are all 2 slot effects, so you only need 2 runes. Then we got despair, which gives you a 25% chance to stun with any damage you do. But this also is a 4 slot effect, so you need 4 runes to get that effect. We got blade, which is 12% crit rate, so 2 slot. Fatal, which is plus 35% attack, is 4 slot. We got energy, which is plus 15% HP, is 2 slot. Vampire, which is 35% life drain, so any damage you do, you'll heal. The monster that does the damage will heal for 35% of the damage done. It's a 4 slot effect. Swift, which is plus 25% speed, 4 slot effect. Endure, which is plus 20% resistance, it's a 2 slot. Violent, which is probably the most used rune in the game at the moment. It's a 4 slot effect, and what it does is gives you a 22% chance to get an extra turn when you're done. So when you say you attack, you use one of your skills, after your skill's done, you get a 22% chance to instantly go again. Doesn't matter what the attack bar is of anyone, you'll instantly go again. It's considered by many to be overpowered at the moment. So continuing on, we have Rage, which is plus 40% crit damage. It's a 4 slot effect. Will, which is you get immunity at the beginning of the battle for 1 turn, 2 slot effect. Then we got Nemesis, which is, so every time you take 70% of your HP, you'll get 4% of your attack gauge. So someone hits you and they knock you down from 100 life to 93% life, your attack bar will go up by 4%. It's a 2 slot effect. Then we got Fight. These runes, these next couple of runes we're going to get into that buff the rest of your team aren't that great, but I'm hoping that they'll see some sort of buff in the future to make them more viable. As of right now, they're not too great. So starting off, we have Fight. It boosts the attack of everyone besides the one running this rune. So everyone else on your team besides the person that has these runes on will get plus 8% attack. And it's a 2 slot effect. So if you can put all 6 on, and so you'll get 8, 16, 24% to everyone else besides the monster that's running them. And that's the major thing holding them back. After that, we have Determination, which is the same thing as Fight, but with defense. Again, it's a 2 slot. And we have Accuracy. It buffs the accuracy of all your allies by 10%. Got Tolerance, resistance for all your allies, and Enhance, which is HP of all your allies by 8%. Now all those, like I said, are 2 slot runes, and they work the same way where the person running them does not get the buffs. Everyone else does. And finally, we have Destroy, which is every time you do 30% of the enemy's health, their total HP is reduced by 4%. These are really good for stall units such as Rune, whose damage isn't really that high, but their main goal is just to sit there and be a wall, because over time you're going to keep knocking down that HP, and you're going to keep knocking down that HP until eventually they're going to have close to nothing and you can pretty much kill them easily as a wall. Now those are all the sets. You can mix and match them as you want. You can run a single 4-slot effect rune and then a 2-slot effect. You can run 3 2-slot effects if you wanted. You can mix and match depending on the monster you have. And then that's pretty much it when it comes to runes. The major takeaway for this is the even numbers, how they should always run percentages, besides slot 2, which can run speed instead of percent, as well as the slot effects of your runes do matter. They do help. So you shouldn't be putting just one of every rune on someone. So you shouldn't have like Vampire, Revenge, Guard, Fatal, Blade, and Despair, you know? That won't get you any bonuses. Run slot effects. Other than that, there's not too much more to talk about. I can go in really quickly about where to get runes. So you go to your battle, and then if you go to each scenario zone, drop info, it'll tell you right there where it says rune, what runes were dropped there. So for example, the Garen Forest will always drop energy runes. The higher the difficulty, the better the runes you will get. But the problem with running scenarios to get your runes is you're not going to be getting the best yet. The best runes you can get are 6-star whites if you're running hell. And the best runes you can get are white, and that's if you're running hell mode and are extremely lucky. Where you want to farm your runes is from the Careless the dungeons. Giant's Keep, Dragon Lair, and Necropolis. These 3 drop all the runes in the game that you'll need, and if they don't drop the runes, they'll drop the crafting materials you need, because some runes are craft only. So in Giants, we have its main set being Despair. Dragons, we have its main set being Violent. And then Necropolis, its main set is Rage. Now, what else they drop? You click on the little 3 dots next to them. So Giants will drop Despair, Energy, Fatal, Blade, and we go to Dragons, they drop Violent, Focus, Guard, Endure, Shield, and Revenge. And if we go to Necropolis, they drop Rage, Will, Nemesis, Vampire, and Destroy. Now if we also look, they drop the symbol of Harmony, Transcendence, and Chaos. Now as well as rune pieces. What you use those for, you go over to your crafting station, hit craft. You can craft different runes depending on the area they drop in. They'll show you what they need more than others. But for example, Violent, these are the crafting materials you need, and for 50,000 crystals, you can craft yourself a random Violent rune. Right there, I just got myself a random 3rd slot rune. So that's about it. There isn't too much more to go into about runes. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Other than that, have yourself a great day.